All right, man. Today is fight day, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Another fight day on the horizon right now. Obviously, there's going to be Carlos Ulberg versus Dominic Reyes. Very exciting matchup. A very underrated matchup and whatnot. So, um, let me just make sure that I have all the audio going on this audio. Hold up. Okay, how about now? One check. All right, how about on this side? Let's give it a try on this side right here. All right, on this side. Okay, perfect. I guess you just had to I guess that's how this one works. You know, you gotta flip it around. That's how all right, good. Okay, so we got that going. Okay, let's get a thumbnail going for this one. So obviously, guys, I have a video that I'm going to drop later on today regarding how Psycho Stu snitched on Roger Jackson. Is that the case? Well, we're gonna find out. Obviously, there's going to be some interesting details about that. And also regarding how the news cycle went from Charlie Kirk, I'm sorry, Roger Jackson to Charlie Kirk, just like that. So, hold on just a second. Let's get this cracking right now. So, all right, Truth Seeker says, "My man, shout out to you, my man. How you doing, man? You ready for fight day today? A very underrated fight day, wouldn't you say? Right? It doesn't seem like a very. It doesn't seem like a very known fight day. It's not really like, out there like that, right? Getting ready to train. Oh, okay, good, good, man. My man's getting ready to train. All right, man. What time is it in Ohio right now? Obviously, it is like, I believe, 10 o'clock where you are at right now. So, okay. All right. Let's see here. Oops. Okay. So, yes, sir. 10:30. He says he's getting ready. 10:30 right now. Okay. So, all right, man. Let's get this cracking right now. The last Ron says, hi, what's up, last Ron? Shout out to you, my man. Let me know what part of the world you are from, my man. Let me know what part of the world you are from because we're gonna do three things today, right? I'm setting up the what do you call it, the thumbnail for this one right now. So I'm going to have a thumbnail of Carlos Ulberg versus Reyes. I'm also going to have a thumbnail of Roger Jackson because he's been out of the news cycle for about a month now, being very quiet. Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, man, we got some Ohio people up in here right now. So we got Marty, and then we got Ron from Ohio. So we got some Ohio heads up in here. So, all right, man. Let's see here. So, all right, Raja. Uh, I'm up in Akron, Ron. Okay, okay. So Akron, Ohio. All right, so we got Raja right here in this picture. Hold on, guys, just setting up my thumbnail right now. So, um, Ohio in the house. All right, man. All right, so there we go. Please excuse me right now, having a little bit of a dead air time. What happened with Raja? Any news after the arrest? So he's bailed out, by the way. So we're going to talk about that as well. He has been bailed out, which, by the way, is his right. You know, if you are not considered a menace to society, if you're not somebody that is highly dangerous, I'm sure you can be released out. um, with good behavior, I suppose, right? But that's just the law. That's just what we have in the United States. It is what it is. And as a result of that, uh, yeah, he's at home right now with his father, from what I assume, probably getting scolded again. So you know how that goes. All right. So, all right. Now we got the thumbnail going right now. There it is. All right. So, by the way, guys, I have a video out on that. I'm going to give more details on that, more than I'm going to give details on this. So, just rest assured that what we're going to do in this live stream right here, it's going to be more Charlie Kirk related than it is Roger Jackson related, because I have a video out for that. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that. So, hold on just a second here. Okay, here, let's see. Where do I plug this one in right here? Oops. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, hold on a second here. Uh, RIP Charlie Kirk. He says, oh, okay. Carrillo says it's my birthday. All right, man. Well, yeah, happy birthday to you on that one. Shout out to you. All right. Let's see here. Sorry for a little bit of the dead air. Just trying to get this thing going right here. Just trying to make sure that my battery doesn't run out on me. All right, there we go. Now we got light. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Okay, now one more lighting. All right, perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. There we go. All right, so we got the thumbnail. Now we got the lights. We got everything going. Let's see. Okay, so 11 minutes. Stream starts. All right. So 20 seconds. We're going to start the show. Officially start the show in 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go. All right, here we go. We are live right now, and my man Lawrence Souffant is in the house with us right now in the chat section. Everybody, check out Lawrence Souffant. He is a pastor, by the way, in the South, in the dirt South of, I believe, Alabama. Right? You're in Alabama. I'm not sure which city in Alabama, but he was a high school alumni of mine back in New Jersey. So shout out to him. Not only is he a preacher, a pastor, but he's also a social media influencer. Check out his content, Huntsville, Alabama, to be exact. So we got Ohio in the house. We got two Ohio cats in the house right now. We got Lawrence in the house, Alabama. So we got the South, the Midwest. Of course, your boy Kyrie from the West Coast. And then on top of that, we got our supporters from the UK, around the world, Russia, South America, India. We got all of that over here. So obviously, a couple of subjects that we're going to talk about today. Roger Jackson has been arrested. Colorado, there you go. Ray tapping in from Colorado. So Roger Jackson has recently been arrested. And by the way, I have a video that I'm going to put out on that. I'm going to release the video. Viva Mexico. There we go. We got Mexico in the house. I did mention South America, but shout out to you, Mario de Leon. Shout out to you, my man. So we got the loyal supporters in here. We got Lawrence in here, who's not only a loyal supporter of mine, but a longtime friend of mine as well. So it's always good vibes up in here. Ray says, yeah, Raja is facing some issues, some serious time. When you mean issues, are you referring to potentially facing serious time? Well, that remains to be seen, right? We shall see where this case is going to go. Obviously, in the United States, you are afforded you're afforded a fair and speedy trial. So let us allow the process of the system to play out and see how that works out. So let's see here. I'm going to release this video sometime around let's see here. Let's go with 10:30. Okay, 10:30 a.m. is set up the premiere. Hold on, just setting up the premiere for the video that I'm going to release. By the way, regarding Roger Jackson, you guys don't want to miss this video with Roger Jackson being released 10:30. So Ray says time and some people might target him in the lockup. Well, okay, that's interesting, right? So the only people that are going to target Roger Jackson in the California state prison systems, it's definitely not going to be black gangs, right? Because Bloods and Crips out here, they love them some Rampage Jackson, right? So there's no way they're going to harm his son. The Mexicans, maybe. The Mexicans for sure might get at Roger Jackson. It's just the natural black versus Mexican thing that's going on in the United States. Also, I'm sorry, not just in the United States, in California, not in the whole United States. Obviously, there's better Black and Latino relations around the United States in comparison to that of California. But yes, so the Mexicans, the white supremacists, oh man, they will definitely get at Raja. The Peckerwood white boys and all that, they will definitely get him. A Russian, sorry, your name is in Russian letters. A Russian letter says, who's the best replacement for Fiziev now? So Fiziev got taken out of the fight. Let me know some more details on that. Ray says he got money, though, so he might pay to stay type of thing. Yes, that's right. There is that going on, right? The pay to stay type of business he has going on. That's definitely a thing that he will have to succumb to when he is in a prison system. Now, obviously, you guys know Tory Lanez, Canadian rapper, locked up in California state prison system, right? Obviously, he had that thing going on. He had, yeah, he sort of had that same thing, right? Stay to pay type of situation going on. Who else? A whole list of people that are locked up. Obviously, P. Diddy, although I think he was in isolation though, but yeah, on any regard. The other topic we're going to talk about also, obviously, we're going to stay on this subject with Charlie Kirk, right? Because obviously, ever since the Charlie Kirk situation, his story has become my highest viewed live stream ever, right? Career high. Of course, is there going to be a time where we're going to surpass 32K in a single video in a single live stream? Sure, but for now, he is the number one uh, video or live stream that I have going on. Also, let's not forget Carlos Ulberg and Reyes are fighting today. There's a full card analysis that I'd like to get to on that one. So let's get to that right now. Okay, let's get to the card of Ulberg versus Reyes. And we're going to look at Tapology, the most trusted source in combat sports, and I mean that when I say that. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so what do we got here? Carlos Ulberg, Jimmy Crute, Ivan Irson as the co-main event. Sutherland versus Tafa as part of that card. Jack Jenkins versus Ramon Tavares, Neil Magny, Tom Nolan. Yeah, we're gonna get to all of that. We're gonna get to all of that in a second. First, if you guys didn't see the Roger Jackson video, actually, you know what? Let me read some news clips of Roger Jackson. Right, so this is a 3-minute read in CNN. Roger Jackson, son of ex-UFC champ Rampage Jackson, arrested and faces felony charges after footage is showing him beating a wrestler. So Roger Jackson uh, has been arrested and is facing felony charges after footages of beating a wrestler while he was motionless and putting him in a hospital. Now, footage from an event last month in Sun Valley, California, posted on social media showed the younger Jackson, by the way, a professional MMA fighter, sliding into the ring during another bout and throwing Psycho Stu, whose real name is Stuart Smith, to the mat. The video, which bears a watermark suggesting that it was live streamed on a video platform, Kick, showed Jackson straddling. It shows Jackson straddling Smith before repeatedly punching him in the face and in the side of his head. Okay, so okay. Okay, so all right, sorry, had a little issue there. Okay, so the video shows showed Jackson straddling Smith before repeatedly punching him in the face and in the side of the head, even when Stu was lying motionless. Truth Seeker says, I heard there was only one charge. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because what else can they really charge him for other than beating somebody up in a wrestling ring, right? I mean, assault is the only thing that you can really do. Was there something that they can prove as premeditated? We'll see. We'll see what the LAPD is going to try to cook up with this arrest, right? So CNN has not been able to independently verify the video, but Kick confirmed to CNN that Jackson's account had been banned from the platform. Now, Los Angeles Times reported at the time that Los Angeles Police Department arrived at the scene of the incident, filled out a felony battery report, though Jackson had already left the venue. Now, the Los Angeles County Sheriff Department's documents show that Jackson was arrested by LAPD on Thursday on a felony charge, though the records do not state what charges was that. And it was being held on a bond of $50,000. So CNN Sports has reached out to Jackson and his representatives via his father and the LAPD for a comment. Smith was released from the hospital around August 31st. He was later detailed that the extent of the injuries he had sustained and what his wife had previously called an unscripted assault, including a serious head injury as well as a trauma to the upper and lower jaws, a laceration to his upper lip, a fracture to his maxilla bone, which unfortunately resulted in the loss of several teeth. So now he has several teeth lost. After the incident involving Smith, the younger Jackson, Rampage Jackson, took to social media to condemn his son's actions. Now, I told you guys, I honestly think that Rampage Jackson is a horrible dad, okay? And make no mistake, if anybody was to come to California and threaten Rampage Jackson in any kind of way, I would go and support him. I would help him. I would make sure that none of these guys touch him in any kind of way, but I would still tell him, hey, dog, listen, straight up, man, you're a bad father, man. You bring your kids around these hoes, you downplay your kids, you talk down to them, you speak ill about them. I know that it's just banter by the end of the day, but by the end of the day, banter becomes a little too much to the point where now you are forcing him to basically act in this kind of way. Be Fairchild says, what's up, my Muslim brother? Can't watch today. My kids has soccer now and it's jits later. Just wanted to say deport APAC with all the illegals to Mecca. Shout out to you on that, Be Fairchild. Hope you are having a good day. Yeah, that's why I'm actually doing this right now, because I don't think I'm going to be live streaming the fight. I think I'm just going to watch the fight, as is. I'm not going to, live stream it, but this will be the compensation for that. So Ralph Perry says, hi, shout out to Ralph Perry, man. Let me know what part of the world you are from, my man. So following Smith's release, the elder Jackson, which is Rampage Jackson, said that he believes his son should face the consequences and would benefit from some time working on himself. I think that he should do a little time, do a little community service, go to anger management class, seek therapy. This is what he told MMA journalist Ariel Helwani, right? He asked about the criticisms of his sons. Rampage Jackson said the problem is everything got blown out of proportion, and people thought that Raja snuck in the ring and did that. The problem is, at this point, Raja was in act as a professional wrestler, but he's not an effing professional wrestler. The promoters had no reason putting my son in that effing ring. Be Fairchild says Stockton, California. All right, man. Shout out to Stockton, one of my my second home, to be exact. So CNN Sports has reached out to the organizer. CNN Sports has reached out to the organizer Knox X for the comment. But in a previous statement, the group said that the incident started a script part of the show known as a work in wrestling, but was not intended to go as far as it did. What was supposed to be planned and agreed upon, a wrestling spot, turned into a selfish, irresponsible act of violence against Mr. Smith. And this is what the organizer wrote. The egregious act is reprehensible and never should have occurred. In the 17 years of operation, Knox X Pro Wrestling Academy, there has never been anything as heinous as this taking place, such as that, and we apologize to our patrons and fans. Unfortunately, it got a little bit too out of hand with that one, because it got to the point where they ended up, I believe they ended up releasing, oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Yeah, no, they ended up releasing this company out of the WWE. They used to be a WWE company, right? Meaning that they were a feeder league for the WWE, but one thing led to another, and then they just decided, you know what, we're not going to work with this company anymore. So lo and behold, here we are, right? So, all right, let's see here. Uh, let's hear what MMA Guru had to say about this right here, because he had a lot. He had a lot to say about Roger Jackson, because MMA Guru is the white savior of. Assalamu alaikum, brother. A Drizzy Goat says, yeah, shout out to you on that, Drizzy Goat. All right, so let's hear what MMA Guru has to say about this right here.
Just by thinking about Meat Base 44. So after the entire Rajah Jackson and Psycho Stew situation was caught on camera in the moment from multiple different angles with so many witnesses in the room, even on a live stream, which included all of the context you could possibly need to understand what Rajah Jackson intended to do and ended up doing, finally, nearly a month later, after this whole situation was seen on camera, nearly a month later, Rajah Jackson has finally been arrested. I would give a round of applause right now, but I don't want to reward this. We all saw what happened nearly a month ago, and only just now have the police considered.
Yeah, only just now, after all of the situation that went on with uh, Charlie Kirk, now dominating the news. Roger Jackson was dominating the news for a long time, and then that incident happened, and here we are.
In my opinion, what is an attempted murderer, and I'm sure we're all in agreement with that now, with all of the context and all of the things that you were saying in the build-up, and just what happened in the situation as well. I'm sure we can all agree, in my opinion as well. I'm saying my opinion. This was attempted murder. Finally, the police deemed it serious enough to get around to it. Nearly a month later, they got this guy in cuffs. I'm gonna post.
Now, look, he's complaining that the cops didn't do anything in time, that it took them a month. What he doesn't understand, out of his emotional outburst that he is spewing right here, is that they have to corroborate evidence. They have to make sure that all their ducks in a row, and they don't want to mess anything up, right? And they don't want to just lock up anybody that is, well, I mean, look, that's hard for me to say that because it's all on video, but still, they have to do what they need to do in order to make things stick. And that's just the bottom line about it.
I'm going to play the clip. I'm going to go through a bunch of stuff in today's video, go through the whole situation. There's a lot of information on this as well. I'm also going to go through Charles Oliveira versus Rafael Fiziev. Fiziev pulled out. There's also Reina Dorita versus Brendan Allen. We're going to go through some.
Hate Love says, Salam Kyrie, hiya, everyone. Shout out to you, my man. Shout out to Hate Love. Adam says, what was Roger Jackson arrested for? Well, he was arrested for, I believe, one count of a felony. I think that's what it is. Yeah, I think it's a one count of felony. Drizzy Goat says Adam beat the ish out of some racist bogan. Adam beat the ish out of some racist bogan. Bogan is an Australian term, from what I understand, right? Bogan is like a redneck, right? Like an Australian version of a redneck, from what I understand. But who is Adam? And yeah, or are you referring to Raja? But or maybe it's a typo. But yeah, I'm not sure which Adam you mean.
MMA stuff at the end of the video, but we're going to start with this. Rajah Jackson finally arrested for what he did. TMZ are everywhere. Rajah Jackson sees the camera. I don't know when the camera people know when to get this footage. But they apparently, I guess, had a lead on when he was going to be arrested or something, or maybe this was just some kind of curious neighbor that got this footage. But Rajah Jackson is being walked out in cuffs behind his back by police. Finally, gives a little death stare to the camera. Really good for your image right now, Rajah. Little screw face, like, why the fuck are you recording me? How dare you do something to inconvenience me? Don't you know what happens to people who inconvenience me? I don't know. Yeah. We all know what happens to people that inconvenience Raja Jackson.
Okay, so Drizzy Goat says, yeah, I was just referring to white trash. Yeah, I was referring to Raja, bro. Drizzy Goat, I'm Team Raja, but I don't like that he's a vegan. If that's true, that would be affecting his behavior. So you think that being a vegan creates a violent reaction? That's very interesting, right? What brings that about? Right? Let me know in the comment section below what brings that about. Like what causes a person to be violent due to the fact that they are a vegan.
He won't like me when I'm inconvenienced. He's like a really budget version of the Hulk for some reason. You know what I mean? What's your secret, Raja? I'm always mildly inconvenienced.
Truth Seeker says, yeah, because you're always so pissed you can't eat meat. Okay, that's interesting.
And then he turns into this thing. I don't know. But Raja Jackson is screw facing the camera here. He knows what this is. This is the walk of shame.
Adam says the lack of protein is a bad thing. It does affect your mentality. Okay. I mean, listen, I've never gone without meat, right? I mean, there's times where I won't eat meat, but I'm not I'm a regular meat eater. Other than that, but I wouldn't know how it would feel like to not have meat. I mean, yeah, I gotta have it. So
This is the walk of shame that should have happened a day after this whole situation unfolded. I seriously believe, and I can't believe it's taken this long, police should have been in hot pursuit of him leaving that arena. At that pro wrestling event, police should have been in pursuit of him. I should have heard sirens before the stream ended while he was outside. The fact that it's taken them that long, when I know how.
Truth Seeker says, yeah, they eat too much soy, so they become emotional like women. Okay. So Hate Love says, yo, truth. Yup. That's maybe there is some truth to that. Truth speaks the truth. There you go.
How quickly my government reacts to very, very lesser things is absolutely insane and a sign of where society is heading. We are lowering standards to include people that I don't think need to be included. And hopefully Raja Jackson's going to get in a lot of trouble for this. He's been arrested. Arrested for felony battery and a wrestler assault. Raja Jackson, the 25-year-old son of the UFC legend, Quinton Rampage Jackson. I would say MMA.
And look at Sean Strickland's comments right here regarding that, right? He says, Roger Jackson got charged with one felony and a 50K bail. By the way, the 50K bail is considered. He's out right now. So for all that's worth. He says, must be nice. Got charged with one. Let me do it with a strong Strickland voice. Yeah, Roger Jackson got charged one felony and 50K bail. Must be nice. Must be nice. Guru government is the worst. Yeah, they are. They definitely are, right? They crack down on free speech and all that. By the way, shout out to Trump. He did a state visit in England recently. He was there with King Charles and toured Buckingham Palace. I think he also went to the Windsor Castle as well, which is a little bit up north of England, near Scotland or so. So, yeah, MMA Guru is right. We are lowering our standards watching him. There you go, man. Shout out to you on that. And I hope that I am hiring your standards by watching me. But yeah, that's MMA Guru in a nutshell. He's a provocateur, right? That's the best way to really frame him. He is a provocateur at best. So,
but all good. Was arrested Thursday on felony battery charge for attacking a professional wrestler, Psycho Stewart, during a live event in Los Angeles on August 20th.
Adam says, I'm more of a boxing fan than a UFC fan, but I subscribe to you anyways. Shout out to you on that, Adam. And I also do cover boxing as well. Some of my biggest videos in this channel have been about boxing. So, Kyrie, you the man. Shout out to you on that. He talks boxing a lot, Adam. Yeah, we definitely do cover boxing here as well, especially being the fact that Turkey El-Sheikh is now part of that game and how he intertwines the world of boxing and MMA. Dana White as well. And speaking of which, I think I should go make a video as well on Dana White and Turkey El-Sheikh with a little bit of the beef they have going on right now. But the next video that I have coming out after this live stream that's going to be released by the end of this live stream is regarding Roger Jackson's arrest, right? A little more further details on that particular subject in that video.
Third,
Plus, I added some visuals in that video as well, which I think you guys will appreciate. It's 8 minutes long, so
the assault left to do with all of this stuff. Um, and Jackson is being held.
Truth Seeker says, "Did you see the Turkey guy shadow boxing at the Canelo fight?" Oh, Turkey El Sheikh? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, man. Of course. Yes. Yes, I seen it. You know what? And then Truth Seeker, what do you think? Him and Daniel Hamid in a boxing match. What do you think? I think Turkey beats Daniel Hamid. And then afterwards Daniel Hamid gets taken away by Saudi secret service agents.
$50,000 bond, which he has paid $5,000.
A perfect matchup. You think it's a perfect matchup between them? Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Although Daniel is a little bit bigger, so Mario De Leon did Guru cover the Charlie Kirk situation? No, he did not, because he has this idea that he only wants to keep his channel MMA, right? Which I think is it's fair on his part. Every MMA content creator is different. Obviously, I will talk about those things. I will talk about geopolitical topics as well, because they are embedded in that particular world. So, Adam, I actually talked to Rampage back and forth on a live podcast with that dude Neon one time. He's actually really cool. Oh, okay, that's cool, man. So I know those chats, man. They come in really, really fast, right? And recently, especially in the Charlie Kirk live stream, was one of the first times that I really had to experience the reality of having a lot of people, comment on your things. So it's really surprising that he actually got to, catch your comment and respond to you as well. So that's really cool of Rampage. Hate Love says, Adam, I have names. Neon is an idiot. Adam, I have names. Neon is an idiot. Yeah, yeah. Well, Neon is an idiot, right? He's also a little bit blue pilled for my liking, but yeah.
$1,000, and he's now out.
And surprisingly, Neon comes from an Indian Muslim background, so the guy is actually Muslim, right? Which is insane to think about.
They're just catching, releasing criminals like fucking catfish at this point. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay, just quick catch and release, like we're fishing, like we're actually.
He says, "Yeah, I don't understand how he's so popular. He's a beta dweeb." Well, you know what? That's an interesting comment, Marty. Mario De Leon says Neon is good at improv. Adam says, I'd agree. Neon is a nerd. Well, here's the thing, guys. Do you think that the majority of people out there that watch internet content, do you think that they're people like me? Do you think there are people like you, Marty Miller, who goes out and trains, who goes out and does, manly physical stuff, or this, that, and the other? Guys, I hate to break it to you, to all the tough guys in the world out there, but the majority of the world is like Neon. I swear to you, they are like Neon. Maybe some variations of it, maybe a little less wimpier than others, maybe a little more wimpier than others. But Neon is the median standard for most men out there. That is the reason why many people can relate to him. And look, here's the thing, right? Going back to MMA Guru, even though I vehemently disagree with this guy, even though I don't agree with a lot of his points, even though I don't like many of his points, and I happen to think the guy is an Islamophobe, on top of that, I happen to also think that him being the top MMA streamer is a result of the fact that people don't want to be lectured by somebody who is an actual fighter, or somebody that has experience in fighting, or somebody that's been there. They don't like to feel lectured. MMA Guru doesn't make you feel lectured. He makes you feel like he's one of the boys. That's one of his common phrases that he likes to say. He's one of the boys. You look at the way that he hits pads, it's pathetic looking, right? He's one of the boys. He's the quintessential idea of what most MMA fans look like. and that is why he is relatable. So yeah, he says fair point. Yeah, my point's exactly. LL says hi, hey man, how are you? Hate Love says I mean his personality, not his looks. Um, who are you talking about? MMA Guru or Neon or both?
Like we're actually managing.
T Pain Actual says I know you in real life. Is that right? Is that right? You know me. How so? Let me know how you know me in real life. Well, a weird thing to say, but I don't know if I actually know you. But all right. Uh, Adam says Neon also spent a day with Tracy Cortex, who lives in Phoenix, where I live. Okay, so who lives in Phoenix? Tracy Cortez or Neon?
Fish here. Okay? That's what I hear when I
Hate Love says Neon, well, and MMA Guru, they both have horrible personalities. Okay, Tracy Cortez, Adam says. Okay, yeah, that's
get
right.
catch and release. What's the fucking point of catching him there? I'm in this weird upside down world at the moment. Don't mind me. Uh, but yeah, 50,000 bond. He's already paid it. He's out. That's a heads up for everyone. The incident captured on video has raised concerns about the security at independent wrestling events. No, no. This is, and the whole thing has been worded very interestingly, by the way. I'm going to get into an ESPN article about it.
So the way that they put this is they are saying that there are concerns in wrestling events. I don't know if that is the case, right? I don't think there's really that much of a high concern in wrestling events. Only in this particular situation where it is, very rare and a one-time, situation type of thing. Drizzy Goat says you got Ulberg KO next week, boss. Is that next week? Hold up, or is that today? Isn't that fight today? Hold up. Let me make sure when that fight is. Hold on. Is that next week? You said next week. Oh, yeah, it is next week. Hold up. That's right. It is next week. There is no UFC today. You're right, man. You're right. Okay, okay. You're right. That is next week. Okay. Damn, man. Yeah, I should have titled this differently, but it's all right. It's good nonetheless. Yeah, I got Ulberg by stoppage. I'm actually going with Reyes on that one for decision. Yeah, I'm going to a decision on that one. Ebo Aslan versus Junior Taffa. I'm gonna go with Ebo Aslan, right? Turkish guy. He kind of Ebo Islam kind of looks like me a little bit, right? What do you guys think? Do I resemble Ebo Islam a little bit, right? I don't know, man. I do have Turkish heritage, in me, so somewhere in me. So yeah, but I'm going to Evo Islam on that one. Mario says, I want Misfits MMA to happen so MMA Joey versus MMA Guru or you versus MMA Guru can happen. Battle of MMA YouTubers. Woo! I would whoop all their butts, bro. MMA Guru, I would tap him. I don't know if I would knock out MMA Guru. He's a big guy. He's got a big chin. I'm sure he can take a shot, but one never knows. But for sure, I would submit MMA Guru. MMA Joey, man, he would be easy work. I would kick him in the body, and yeah, and then he would fall down. Right? You know what I mean? Like one body kick to MMA. But yeah, that would be it, man. That would be it. One kick to the body. Yeah, I think Reyes is sharp too. Adam says one of the guys that had to do it with Raja incident said that somebody had told Raja to hit Psycho Stu until the other wrestlers came in the ring. So you got Reyes. Yeah, I got Reyes by decision. Says I could see him making it back for another title shot. That's what I'm saying, Truth Seeker. Bro, that is exactly what I'm saying, Marty, is that this is exactly what I see out of him. Guys, I'm going to show you a video of me in a hotel at Universal Studios back when I learned that he had won his fight. Let me go to that right now. Let me go to that real quick. I'm gonna take you back in time, right? So we're gonna go back in time. This is what's great about having videos is it feels like you can time travel, right? Looking back at all your stuff that you have going on. So, all right, let's see here. Uh, what is Here we go. 1 year ago, Dominic Reyes finally wins. And just like that, we just witnessed Dominic Reyes finally get a victory over Dustin Jacoby. A long time coming, I got to be honest with you. We've known or thought that. Check out the hills in the background right there, right? Check that out right there. It's a hotel in Universal Studios. John Jones was defeated by Dominic Reyes, probably one of the hardest fights of his career. Afterwards, Dominic Reyes went on to lose to a whole bunch of contenders and future champions, and as a result, never got the full credit that he truly deserved. So as a result, here he is tonight, finally getting sort of our redemption in his career. Obviously, we've known that Dominic Reyes is capable of a lot more. However, the losing streak that he had going on, I think, was really detrimental to his career. But tonight, he finally proved that, you know what? I can go out there and show the world what I'm really made of. Not by fluke mistakes, not by the judges' scorecards, and not necessarily anything that has anything to do with anything that was outside of his control, but rather showing that he was in full control and in full swing of things with that first round TKO victory that he has over Dustin Jacoby, as I'm witnessing it right now, while he is right now being interviewed by Paul Felder as we speak. So here's something that I think is positive to say about the future of Dominic Reyes' career. We're finally going to see his true full potential. But not only that, I think we also have to understand that when it comes to this game, there are mountains and valleys and peaks. In other words, you have the highest high and the lowest lows when it comes to wins and losses. You also have a lot of 50-50 matchups where in MMA, everything is a total 50-50 coin toss. And many of those coin tosses in his experience, unfortunately, was not in his favor. Tonight, it was in his favor, and I got to be honest with you, I'm really excited to see Dominic Reyes in the future and what he can do and what are some of the future matchups that are going to be in his particular path. But either way, don't forget to like and subscribe. There it is. Back in that was when was that fight? So look up so whenever that fight was when I was at Universal Studio. And by the way, that was probably the second time I was in Universal Studios. Hold on a second. Reyes. Let's take a look at Dominic Reyes here. Okay, Dominic Reyes. Let's see when his let's see when that fight was. Kyrie, that hills have eyes. Yes, Adam says that's what I heard. Truth Seeker, Kyrie will run through them. Hate Love says that was essentially was told to Roger. Hate Love says security is for the public. What Roger did, everyone should have stopped him. No, it's no, for F's sakes, but you're King Kong's son and you have to attack like a coward. Truth Seeker says, didn't he lose 4 in a row and now he's in a 3-fight win streak? That's what it seems like, right? His winning streak right now, that was from Dustin Jacoby. So that was June 8th, 2024. Okay, so that was, yeah, wow. So I went to Universal Studios in two in the same month. June and July. Okay, and then I went to Walt Disney World afterwards, which is where I saw the Volkanovski fight while I was, in between rides. So yeah, so Justin Jacoby and then Anthony Smith, he got a win, and then Nikita Krylov. These were all finishes, by the way, and just like his 4 losses were all finishes as well. John Jones. Well, no, not John Jones. He didn't get finished by John Jones. He got finished by Jan, got finished by Yuri, and then got finished by Ryan Spann. And then here he is at a 3-fight winning streak. Hate Love says truth. That's a very good point. Truth Seeker says didn't. Yeah. So he's in a three-fight winning streak now. So that winning streak is not to be played with, right? But yeah, Carlos Ulberg is his next opponent, and Carlos Ulberg only has one loss, right? That one loss is, let's see here. Let's take a look at Carlos Ulberg's record here. What is his one loss? The one loss that he has was against Kennedy and Jake True, who, by the way, is a top heavyweight right now, right? So, yeah, something to think about there. You know what? Let's go back to the Raja case with MMA Guru.
Where I think the journalist that wrote the article has a very biased take toward Raja with the way that he worded things. We're going to get to that in a second, but I'm seeing a lot of this stuff, like the incident captured on video has raised concerns about security in independent wrestling events and prompted an investigation. That's not what our concerns were. There's no amount of security that's going to prevent Raja from doing what he did. They let him in. They knew he was there. He didn't sneak into the arena. He just did what he did because he's a dumb animal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Like, he has no heat of the moment thinking.
There it is. Dumb animal, once again, with racial undertones on the part of MMA Guru. Josh says justice has been served today.
He completely lost it and just went into instincts to try and kill some random guy. I don't think he can be trusted. But I don't think he can be trusted in society, by the way. So I hope he gets good time for this, which we're going to go into in a second. But this has raised concerns about security. That's not what this raised concerns about for me. I'm concerned for our future as a society. In all honesty, I'm not concerned about the security at independent wrestling events. That's not what concerns were raised. So really interesting that this is some kind of summary. So it shows that this is what people are talking about in terms of what they're concerned about when it comes to this whole situation, which is absolutely insane. I know it's a summary of everything, but that means that is being spoken about there on the security of these events. He's been booked for a felony charge and is currently still behind bars, being held on $50K bond. Apparently, he's got out now. He paid $5K of it and he got out, is what I'm hearing. So we can go through some.
Wait, hold up. So he only paid $5K for it, right? 5K out of the $50K. Is that right?
This is well, he's been charged for felony battery.
It says Roger Jackson is behind bars.
It's the situation. And that's what we're going to go through here. So felony battery is a serious criminal offense involving an intentional, unconsented physical touching that results in great bodily harm, permanent disability, permanent disfigurement, or use of a deadly weapon. I worry when I hear this word because it says unconsented physical touching. So the game that they're, I guess, going to have to play in this court system is to what?
Truth Seeker says, don't you only pay 10% of that of what is set for? I guess it would depend on the crime, right? Obviously, this crime wasn't bad enough to be deemed serious where he had to pay all 50, or for them to even raise it higher. But yeah.
Point did Psycho's due consent? We all know he didn't consent to what Raja Jackson did to him. We're all very aware of that. But as you know, in court situations, technicalities can come into play. So that's what he's being charged with, felony battery. These are the sentences that we're looking at. Now, to me, I guess crime is just like, you might as well. I mean, honestly, I could cause someone discomfort in the UK and get more of a sentence than this. You know? I worry about that every day of my life. Like, what have I said that is going to get me in trouble for the sentences that they can get me on for a year in jail like they do in Europe? Because, of course, different standards for me. Okay? Still different standards for me compared to Raja. But in California, a felony battery sentence varies depending on the specific offense. But
okay, so Josh says, I think the heat came on Rampage for him bullying his son. He tried to pressure Raja to make a statement, and Roger refused and turned on him. Very true. Very true. Yes. This is why I say, and I made a video on Rampage calling him a bad dad, right? And this is a reason why he's a bad dad is because of situations like this, right? He bullies his son and he wonders why his son has mental health issues.
And include imprisonment for 16 months or 2 to 3 years in state prison for battery on certain protected persons. So we're looking at maybe a couple of years in jail. Now, this isn't the year per punch I was looking for. I think I counted 22 punches that he landed, 22 counts. That's Andy did that. 22 counts of punching.
Says, have you seen Rampage going on a PR humanitarian campaign now? Yeah, he definitely went on a PR campaign for sure, right? And the reason for that is because of the fact that he knew that this was going to look bad, not only for his son, his family, but his whole brand, donating to hospitals, etc. Yeah, look, man, I'm very suspicious of people that do charities based on trying to get some kind of image value out of it, right? And this is, antiquatedly against Islamic practices when it comes to showing off or boasting for charity.
Psycho Stu while he was unconscious, which we're going to get to. While he was.
By the way, guys, my Roger Jackson arrested video is going to premiere in 17 minutes from now, so 8:45 to be exact. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, and that is when we are going to end our live stream. So first, before we continue on with that, let's take a look at and see what is going on in the world of Charlie Kirk and all of that, right? Let's see any updates that they have on this particular topic at hand. By the way, I don't know why I thought today was going to be Carlos Ulberg and Reyes, right? It's obviously going to be next week, but I guess that's good. Uh, Josh says, yeah, there is the famous story of Jesus tipping over the offering of the tables. Yes, yes, this is a good prime example of that. Truth Seeker says the guy they arrested definitely isn't the real shooter. Dang. Okay. Well, let's find out, right? Let's find out why that is or that isn't the real shooter. Let's take a look at it and see what kind of content they have out there for that. Charlie Kirk's shooter, not real. Let's see what we got. Yeah, let's find out why Marty would say that, right? So that shooter is not cooperating. Uh, there's a witness. Okay, I instantly knew he wasn't going to survive. No, that's not it. Uh, Van Jones shows a message Charlie Kirk sent him one day before he was. Wow. Okay, so Van Jones was sent a letter towards. Okay, let's see here. Well, okay, if you're saying that he's not the real shooter, Marty, then why would he say that on the text messages? Go to the channel Heavy Duty Country. Okay, let's go Heavy Duty Country. Okay, Heavy Duty Country. Oh, okay, here we go. I think they're not noticing this on the Charlie Kirk assassination. Extremely suspicious. Okay. Let's check out I'm going to subscribe to this dude right here. Heavy Duty Country. All right. Let's check out what Heavy Duty Country has to say. From 2 days ago. Okay, not the one from 17 hours ago. Okay, from 2 days ago. Which one is that? The footage changes everything about Charlie Kirk's shooting. Oh, okay, okay. Here we go.
Today we're going to do one of the most in-depth breakdowns of the Charlie Kirk shooting. There's a lot that's not making sense. We have a podcast that I'm going to be doing long-form content on. The first video
that one. Okay, here we go.
At the end of the week. That's going to be at this channel here. There's going to be a link below the video. Go subscribe, get ready for it. The first episode is going to break down the entirety of the Charlie Kirk shooting. So there's been a lot that's come out about the shooter.
So, okay, Ja asks, what was the kid's marksmanship background? Well, he essentially did not have a background. in marksmanship, only the fact that, he was taught how to shoot by his dad, his granddad. His dad was law enforcement. He came from a military family. So therefore, he had a basic understanding of shooting. Now, I need you guys to understand 200 yards is not that hard. It is literally the first uh, amount of yards that you have to fire off in Marine Corps qualification rifle week during boot camp, right? It's 200, 300, and then you go back all the way to 500. And doing it at a prone position is actually, very easy, and holds it down pretty well. So in terms of, being able to control the gun, and and your breathing control, and being able to have your target set correctly. What was this? Drizzy Go says, I agree. I think an undercover agent shot him, and it looked like a sniper shot by a trained gunman. This video explains a lot. Just wait. Josh says, the other thing that I wondered is he why was he not over the Mexican border? Okay, like, why didn't he go to the Mexican border afterwards? Yeah, that's a very good question. Drizzy Goat says, what are your thoughts on this Charlie Kirk dude? I don't really think much of him, other than the fact that, he did very well for himself, being a content creator, being a social an activist, and on top of that, actually getting the ears of Donald Trump, which is insane. So, all right, let's hear what this guy has to say.
A lot that's came out about if this is actually the shooter. There have been a lot of mug shots released. There has been the footage of him going to court.
We need to address today, counsel. Just for the court's information, we did file just recently, within the last few minutes, a notice of intent to seek the death penalty. That was filed by Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray. So that should be.
Drizzy Goat says, I didn't like him. Josh says, me neither. He was a cunt.
The court's
Okay.
file.
Josh says, but also sad that he died and his kids grew up without a dad. Yes, we can absolutely rationalize these things where, you know what, we may not like him, we don't like his opinions and what he said, but at the same time, he is a father by the end of the day, and yeah, we have to be, human about that.
That we need to address.
And for me, everything just shouts, does all of this really make sense to the average person? The answer is probably yes, because most people out there don't really think about stuff ultimately in a high level way. A lot of people don't question things. A lot of people.
Yeah, I agree with that. Josh says, I don't support violence against people with differing opinions in mine. Very true, right? And it wasn't like this guy was Benjamin Netanyahu or anything like that, or Adolf Hitler or anything to that extent, right? He was a political commentator, no more than that. Okay, was not a political figure of any kind. I don't think that he could have really changed policies or commanded anybody to do anything. So, yeah. Drizzy Goat says, yeah, I agree. I don't wish death upon anyone as a person. He was just annoying, and I watched his debates, and he was terrible. Yeah, I agree with Drizzy on that.
Still have faith in our government. And it is honestly one of the wildest things out there, because we've just dealt with the Epstein stuff, where they have done everything to not release it, including saying Trump was an asset or an informant. If you're an asset or an informant, why would the whole thing be a hoax? Why not just release the stuff and be done with it? It just kind of doesn't make that much sense at all. But the first thing we're going to show is a little clip where we have some kind of dispatcher on the university grounds talking about the shooter, saying that he is east of the library in all black clothing, and they also say the person has a rifle.
The PS building is just east of the library. He's wearing jeans, black shirt, black tie, long rifle.
UVU. There was one shot. We are standing at the front of the school by the roundabout.
Okay. So then they release this picture.
Drizzy Go says, good, bro. Let's go. W in the chat. There we go. Yes.
And it's not the best picture in the world, but here's what I will say about it. And a lot of people in the
Whoa, look at this. Look at this.
Comments on X feel the same way. It for sure looks like a prosthetic. It looks like a fake face. does not look like normal facial features. It just doesn't really look real. Now, this was reported. They're saying that he has a black rifle. I'm not seeing from the pictures where the rifle is. But what I will say is this dude looks very sketchy. He looks like he's someone who is either undercover, some level of government, some level of contracting group. I mean, it looks like ultimately he watched too many of those shows where they're about these contract killers, where they go in and they have to have the suit on and the Ray-Bans and slick back hair.
Yeah. I now understand why he says this footage changes everything about the Charlie Kirk shooter. Like, I now understand why he titled it this. By the way, I titled mine Psycho Stu Snitched. So, you know what I mean? That video is coming up in how many minutes we got till that video is coming up? 6 minutes. 6 minutes from now, that video is going to be released. So, okay. Continue on with this guy right here.
I don't know, fake face? I don't know. I mean, are people buying this? We got 15 different suspects. One looks like this dude who actually had a conversation with Charlie Kirk at one of his shows and was very pissed off at him.
Debate, but you don't was not a U.S. citizen. First of all, you want to have a debate, but you actually don't debate. There's nothing more ill debate than this. So we already have a mic. Name 2 times. Name 2 times where you show me you're losing without telling me you're losing.
I know he said I'm not going to show anybody's face, but I don't truly believe these are the killers. The 2 faces don't add up.
Okay, so I mean like he found a suspicious looking dude. That's it. Josh says I could probably find 100 different assassins at Charlie Kirk's past 50 debates. Very true.
Did they get the suspect wrong? What exactly went on here? So the shooting happens. A lot of people think that this guy on the roof is the one who did it. I can't say for certain that this is not the guy who runs off the back of the building.
Yeah, Josh says I'm holding out faith. There's more to this, Mr. Marty. Yeah, I would hope so too, right? The really good stuff is at the end, he says.
I can confidently say he does not have a gun when he's running away. It's not in his pants. He didn't break the entire gun down. That takes forever for that gun. And it's not up his ass, even though he probably would have really enjoyed it, knowing that he was dating a trans person. Who knows? Maybe it was up his ass. That would make this thing make a lot of sense. No, there's no way a 48-inch gun is going that far up. Okay, y'all get the point. We don't need visual here. But he runs
Oh my.
Then the
Oh
FBI
wow.
finds the gun in the woods during the daytime, and they've got flashlights all over it. Has anyone here ever used a flashlight when it is bright as day outside? Would it even come to mind? Would you even go to your pocket and say, you know what? My eyes just are permanently stuck on nighttime. So even though there's light outside, I need to make sure there's a flashlight on it.
Maybe they were looking for fingerprints through a flashlight. A flashlight doesn't necessarily have to just reflect, during the nighttime. I mean, you could use it for various reasons during the daytime, but all right.
No. Then they released images of the suspect. Then the suspect's father turns him in. That's a whole nother subject that we're going to go over on the podcast because that's wild. They bring him into.
Okay, so why would that be strange that his father turned him in? The father is a cop. Most people who are cops will turn their kids in. That's the reason why they're cops in the first place, right? I don't know that, and it's a serious. I mean, look, it was a serious embarrassment for the family, and so he wanted to alleviate himself out of it, as soon as possible. But I don't know.
The court, it's all good. The question still remains: is this guy the shooter, or was he just part of an operation? Was he a part of the Discord messages? There are a couple thoughts. One, he was connected but didn't do it. I'm not saying he didn't, but that would be one solution to the, well, where's the gun when he's running away? The second would be he found out about this and maybe got conned into being a decoy. Like, hey, we're going to do this, go up to the building. Then he heard the shot, freaked out, and ran away. To me, that's what makes the most sense. Because otherwise, the gun would have not been in the woods. It would have been on top of the building, or it would have been a different gun. Now, there are a lot.
Josh says, I'm not an expert, but breaking guns down, so that could be a good point. Yes. Daily Drift says, bro, Monty Fritz is running for governor in Tennessee. I am campaigning for him. Okay, shout out to you on that, Daily Drift. I know a thing or two about campaigning for elections and interning for, certain politicians. So shout out to you on that. Uh, Hate Love says, I learn new things on this channel all the time. Well, thank you, my man. That is one of the things that I like to try and emphasize here is hopefully I can, teach something that I've never seen before. Watch Clown Show says, sorry about your boy Canelo. Don't say sorry to me. Say sorry to Zane. That's Zane's, homeboy. That's Zane's favorite fighter right there. So, yeah, man. But shout out to everybody that unfortunately lost some money on Canelo. This is the reason why you guys don't bet in the first place, why it's haram. But yeah.
A lot of people who broke down the shooting, a lot of people have said that he was wearing body armor. At first, it didn't look like it to me. But I was looking at a bunch of different videos and I saw one that very clearly outlines body armor. A lot of people said that it may have hit the top of the body armor, bounced off, and hit him in the neck. For me, the problem with that theory is it is almost a guarantee that that bullet is.
Daily Drift says we have a new Canelo, Bilal Muhammad. He has Canelo hands. Hate Love says I thought Canelo was going to win. I'm so glad I don't gamble. Yeah, my thoughts exactly, right? And Josh says, and I love Canelo. All right, guys. So listen, we got about 1 minute left into my upcoming video that I have out right now. If you want to see the rest of this video, the two videos that I was reacting to right now, it is what was it? It was MMA Guru's video on Roger Jackson right here. Check this out. Roger Jackson finally arrested, then released, only facing 2 years. And also the other video that I am reacting to is this video regarding Charlie Kirk, which, by the way, sort of changes the dynamic of this whole entire video. This is a video shouted out to Heavy Duty Country. He breaks down why the killer or the alleged killer is not the killer. Truth Seeker says if you saw the video of the shot was obviously not 30 to 60 sound, like especially down in the bowl type of terrain surrounding the buildings. Truth Seeker says get to the trajectory of the shot. That is the best part coming up. So where is that? Let's see here. What part is that? Is this it right here? Okay.
Pop quiz for anyone who's been in a car accident. True or false? Most cases end up settling anyway, so you should.
Crazy. I think if we pan around and look at where the media and where everyone else is saying that the bullet come from and giving scenarios on ricochets and different bullets and bits and pieces, it doesn't make sense for it to come from the rooftop over here. The bullet doesn't line up with.
Some pretty wild stuff. There are a lot of theories here. There are a lot of ideas, but I'm just going to flat out say this is what makes the most sense to me. The first video shows a clear muzzle flash. There are also a lot of people saying from the crowd that it sounded like a 22, maybe
what does 45 to 70 sound like, though? He's about to show it. I want to see Kevin Holland's marksmanship analysis on this one. Let me see if this video is up right now. Okay, guys, so listen, the video is up right now. If you want to see the rest of that, go check out the video on Heavy Duty Country. This is all that I have right now, but yeah, please check out my video. It is premiering right now on this channel. Go check it out. I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, inshallah. about to end this video. Roger Jackson has now been officially arrested by the LAPD, and we're going to talk about how psychos do snitch on that they are seeking retribution. And once again, there's a